So, Guy, have you ever played or watched in atrocious conditions like that the other night?
Well, it did bring back memories. Actually, I was sort of joking a little bit with Macca on the sidelines about that game against Leicester when we had rain, hailstone, and bright sunshine. So that's the only one we can remember. But obviously, we came off the pitch that time and for 15-20 minutes and went back on. Obviously, there was no point us doing that on Tuesday night.
Obviously, the referee did come over and ask you during the first half, but at half time it almost became a fait accompli, didn't it?
Well, I've seen the pictures now and some of the videos. It's absolutely horrendous, isn't it? There was no way you could have carried on, and I think if you look back at it, we probably did well to keep going at half time.
If you looked at the first 45 minutes and took the conditions into account, how happy were you with that first 45 minutes?
No, I think you've got to be reasonably happy that you go down and then you come back into the game at the right time. I think that was positive. In the conditions, it was difficult to keep the ball moving, especially the wetter it got. So, and there was a few sliding tackles going in. It was it was difficult to play football on there. We didn't play as well, I think, that we can play. But however, we are creating that habit now of staying in games and getting ourselves back into games, which is a fantastic thing to have.
Turning our attentions to Saturday, you've already played Torquay once this season, having a difficult time at the moment, but as we know, there's no easy games.
No, absolutely not. You've only got to look at results from Tuesday night, from Saturday, to realise that anybody's beating anybody. So you don't rest on your laurels. You make sure that you prepare well for it, and you make sure in that preparation you look how they play, their strengths and weaknesses, as they would do to us.
Bit of a blow to lose Sonny Bradley, and it doesn't quite make sense when everything's wiped out, but the disciplinary side of it.
Yeah, it's one of those rules that baffles you really, and it'll carry on baffling you until somebody actually explains it to you. You can't understand if the game's wiped, and the goals are wiped out, why a booking isn't done the same. But there you go, the rules are there. We knew beforehand, or people knew beforehand. We weren't quite sure, but obviously the FA have the rules and you have to stick by them.
And a bit of a bonus for you, though you didn't play, you've only gone 5 points sort of shy of a playoff spot where you were 4, and you now have a game in hand, so that league is pretty much concertinaed still.
Well, it's all right having that game in hand as long as you win it. So that 5 points is something we want to try and make sure it doesn't get any bigger, and hopefully close in on it.
Finally, Craddock, Connolly, Ferry, all important players to you. Any news on them?
Yes, well, Simon Ferry's back training with us now, so he'll have had a week by the time the game comes. David Connolly had an injection, so he's going to be probably just over another week. And Tom Craddock, we're sort of targeting him, 2 or 3 weeks down the line once he's back in training, had a week or so of training to come back in.